Okay, right. All right. So if you just start sitting with your two blocks, if you need them to sit on, or if your knees aren't particularly comfortable and you want to put them underneath your knees with some support, you can work either way like that. And then when you're sitting, please feel free to sit another way if cross-legged doesn't suit you. Close your eyes. Just realise I've not got my microphone on. Don't know whether you heard any of that. Could you understand what I was saying through sign language? Two blocks, if you've got two blocks, and you can use them to sit on or to put underneath your knees or sit any other way that's comfortable. That's more or less what I just said. Shorter version. And relax your shoulders, close your eyes. And just take one hand and put your fingers or a fingertip down toward the perineum, so just right underneath where you're sat. And then take your other hand and put the fingers to the top of your head. So you're trying to create an imaginary straight line from the fingers underneath the pelvis to the fingers at the top of your head, and reach down and up simultaneously to create space and length. And keep the feeling of the fingers touching there and release your arms, but try and keep that distance between those points. And we're going to breathe from our center out. So when you breathe in, imagine you're breathing into the center of your chest and then spreading the breath down to where your fingers were at the bottom and the top. And when you breathe out, then can you draw in from those 2 points back into the center? You're not really moving, although there is movement with the breath. More what you're trying to do is just shift and move your awareness. And through that will be flushing and moving energy through the body. So when you inhale, there's this expanding from the center of your chest outwards. And when you exhale, a contracting from the perineum, from the crown of your head, and from all sides back into the center. Do that a few more breaths. You're staying tall, you're staying open, but you're just kind of pressing the breath and pressing the energy, moving the energy with your intention with the breath. Expansion and contraction. One more time. Inhale to the expansion from the middle outwards. And exhale to the contraction. Good, then open your eyes, and we're going to bring the hands together and go into a little wrist circle. So circling your hands round palm to palm and then back to back. Change direction. Great, and then hands together, and then take the left hand down to the floor and your right arm up and over into a side bend, pressing into the hand on the floor to get longer through the right side. Sit bone heavy, arm long, fingers reaching. Come up to center and drop your right hand between the shoulder blades. Bring your left hand up and see if you can catch hold of your right elbow, and ease the elbow up by pushing your elbow up into your left hand and keeping it steady in the air with your left fingers. Let your right hand drop so it's pointing down the middle of the spine. Elbow pushing up, fingers pointing down. Now your right hand comes down to the floor, side bend up and over. Soften down into the right shoulder as your left side grows longer. Breathe from your sit bone up to your fingertips. As you make your way up, drop the left fingers down the middle of the back. Hold onto your elbow and get your elbow to push up into your hand, securing it with your fingers around the elbow. Let your left fingers drop down a bit more. Again, long through your left side, right up into the elbow, which is poking high. Both arms go out wide and lean back a little on your sit bones. Use your hands if you need to and switch the cross of your legs over. And then when your hands come down, this time go into a shoulder roll, backward circle, shoulder roll. And then a forward circle, shoulder roll. And then back for a couple more. Good, and then keep your shoulder blades rolled back and bring your arms behind you and see if you can hold on to the opposite elbows behind your back. Press your waist slightly against your forearms. And then you can free whichever forearms are easiest to free and let the hands start to walk up your back a little, doesn't have to be far. And holding onto the opposite elbow with your hands, just encourage that hand up, holding onto the elbow so that you keep it in place. Shoulder rolled back slightly. And then release that hand down, then switch, the other hand works its way up your back. Hold onto the elbow and ease it up. You'll probably find one side's a lot easier than the other. We're often quite different on our left and right sides with this. It's one of those positions where we notice a lot of difference. And then release, and your arms go back out again. Lean back on your sit bones, use your hands on the floor if you need to. Undo the legs and just hold it there. Bring your arms in front of you, holding boat position. So it's half boat actually. Legs are bent, shoulders relaxed. And you can roll over crossed ankles, or you can bring your legs round to the side, end up on hands and knees. And once on hands and knees, 3 rounds of cat-cow. Lower your belly button, inhale as you lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale and pull the belly button to your spine, round the back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, round the back. One more. And round. Then level your back off. Take your right arm high in the air as you inhale. Push from the bottom hand as you reach up into the top. And then thread your arm all the way under. Land on your right shoulder, right ear. Reach your left arm up to the top end of your mat. Walk your fingertips high away from you. Breathe between the shoulder blades. Gaze steadily underneath your left arm. Try and keep your gaze steady so that eyes don't dart around, instigating thought, but stay steady and keeping steady in your thoughts. Bend the left hand back in again and push up, reach your right arm high, and then bring your right hand onto the lower back and make your way up to a high kneeling position. Your knees are apart, your feet are apart, your right palm is on the back of the sacrum. Left arm lifts high, and then keeping your pelvis steady there as you lift the chest and maybe roll your eyes to look up. Keep your belly firm, supporting your back as you lift. Keep your left arm in the air as you come upright again, and take your right leg out to the side with the toes pointing forwards. Take the back of your right hand on the outside of your right leg and lean over to the right. Push from the left knee all the way up through your left side and breathe deeply into the left ribs, the left lung. On an inhale, come up and bring both hands down to the floor in front, keeping your right leg out to the side, foot stays flat. 3 cat-cow. Inhale, gaze forwards, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the back. Rounding the back will feel much easier than dipping the back. 2. Keep your foot flat on the floor. 1 more. And then a level back and bring your right knee back into where it was. This time the left arm opens as you inhale. And left arm all the way under, land on your shoulder and your ear. Reach your right arm to the top of the mat. Soften your belly in. Let your spine be long and even a bit heavy. And again, keep a steady gaze as you look under your right arm. 1 more deep breath between both shoulder blades. Bend your right hand back onto the floor. Push and lift the left arm up, inhale. Left hand to your lower back, look to the ground, and then come up to kneeling. Take your right arm up high in the air. Keeping the left hand supporting the sacrum, belly firm as you lift your chest, look up. If there's any strain in the neck, look forwards. Feel your breastbone floating up like there's a balloon lifting it. On an inhale, come all the way up, look forwards, and step the left leg out to the side, foot flat to the floor. Back of the left hand on the outside of the left leg and lean to the left. Push into the right knee and get long through your right side. Feel all the fingertips come alive. The more you press down into your right knee, that energy travels up to each fingertip up that right hand. Inhale as you come up, keep the left leg straight, hands onto the floor. And 3 cat-cow, inhale, tailbone up, gaze forwards. Exhale, round your back. Try and keep the left leg straight, 2 more. And 1. Flat back, bring the left leg back in, puppy dog. Walk your hands out in front and extend your tailbone up, both arms straight, both hips high. Sink your chest toward the ground. Be either on your forehead, or if you want to go really deep in this, you can lower your chin to the floor and look forwards. Think armpits long. And then slide forwards to Sphinx on your forearms. Chest lifted. Legs pressing down into the mat. Firm your belly as your chest gets higher and higher, like your collarbones are pressing down as the breastbone lifts up. Fingers are going to go out wide off the sides of your mat. Elbows lift. And then with your fingers on the floor, inhale, lift into cobra with wide arms. Exhale, lower cobra down. Just touch the ground briefly with your forehead and inhale, lift again. As your chest lifts, the elbows drop. And lower. Lift and stay lifted. Shoulders and elbows roll back and down. Look over your right shoulder toward the right heel. Back to center. Look over the left shoulder toward the left heel. And back to center. And then lower almost to the floor. Lean slightly to your left side so you can bend your right knee up to the side of you, toes pointing out. And then rest your head on your hands and try and slide the right knee wide. So you're trying to get your tummy to get to the floor and your inner right thigh to widen. Take another deep belly breath so you feel your belly expand against the ground as you inhale. From the center expanding outwards. And then that contraction and a release as you exhale. Take your knee out to the side, lift just a little way, like you're about to come into a sphinx, and then thread your left arm under, turn onto your left side, keep your right knee bent. You can put something under your head if you need to. Left hand can hold onto the right knee, and your right arm opens wide, turning your chest open toward the ceiling. If you don't want to hold your knee, you could take one of your blocks and put a block underneath the knee to give it something to be supported on. It's a nice way of doing it as well. And the straight leg, flex the foot and engage the left straight leg as if it's standing, as if you're doing this standing, because we'll do it standing when we come up. Bring your right arm all the way back round. As you turn back round, straighten your right leg out, turn onto your tummy and pause there. We're going to lean slightly to the right, left knee hitches up to the side, left inner thigh wide, head resting on your hands. Deep belly breath. Lift as if you're about to do a sphinx. Right arm slides under, roll onto your right side, maybe putting a block underneath the left knee. Left arm opens. I'm going to take a block under, felt good. And engage the straighter leg, the right leg, as if you're doing this standing. Notice the depth of the posture that you can get into when you're not having to think about balance. Breathing through your nose, and on an inhale, bring your arm back round. Carefully turn back round onto your tummy and pause. Hands under your shoulders, push all the way back to child's pose. Stretch both arms wide and out in front. Forward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees a decent amount and put your fingertips on the floor in front of you so they're underneath your shoulders, and try and flatten your back, bending your knees whatever amount you need to flatten your back. And then fold down over your legs, and maybe your hands can go back a bit further. Inhale, flat back. Feel free, if you can't flatten your back, to put blocks under your hands so then you can get your back flat. And then fold down over the legs and your hands might go back a bit further. Do that one more time. Flat back position, inhale. Fold down over your legs, exhale. Hold the flat back position. You want to feel your head, chest and hips on a level line, both sides of the waist long and straight, rather than rounding up like a cat arch. Try and flatten your back out. Then get the weight into your feet, firm belly, firm back, firm glutes. Hands to hips, come all the way up. Tree pose, balance on your right leg, turn your left knee out and bring the sole of the left foot to the inner calf or the inner thigh. Hands to a prayer position. Elbows out wide in line with the wrist creases. So we're getting a nice bend in the wrist joints. Shoulders rolled back, breastbone feeling like it's really confident in the chest. Keep your balance on your right leg and bring your left knee forwards and just let the sole of the foot drop so it's facing the floor. Twist, right hand onto your left knee and left arm round behind, just like you did when you were lying on your tummy. Try and get into the same depth of twist as you had when you were lying on your tummy, and press nice and confidently long through your standing leg. Think of where your fingers were when we were sat. You want your perineum to be reaching, pointing down, and the crown of the head to reach and point up. Come back to center, maintain your balance and step the left leg back. Take a decent stride, wriggle it back a little further if you need to, and then turn the back heel into the ground for warrior one. Keep your front knee bent, hands to hips. When you bend the front knee in line with your ankle, if the back heel lifts or your back knee buckles, then you want to shorten your stride a little, be able to press the back leg straight. And keep your right hand on your right hip, bring your left arm up. And as your left arm lifts, push from the outer left ankle all the way up through the outside edge of the leg, all the way up through the side of your body, long in your left fingertips. Keep the left side, the outside of your left side of the body, trying to turn forwards. Then let your right arm float up to join. You can place the palms together or have your hands shoulder distance apart. Take another breath there. And then your hands come down onto the floor, step to a plank position. So both legs are long and straight out behind. Your arms are straight and you're pushing the ground away through your hands and the balls of your feet. Hug your belly in. Another breath. Good. Knees can touch the floor if you need to. Lower all the way down to the ground. Fingers out wide. Come into the cobra. Inhale, lift. Elbows drop, shoulders roll back. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift. Elbows drop. Exhale, lower. Lift this one, stay lifted. Exhale, look over the right shoulder toward the right heel. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, look left, left heel. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, lower down. Push your bottom back towards your heels. And then go into downward facing dog. Another full breath there, both sides pressing back. Keep the left leg steady and take your right leg up in the air. Keep your hips square. Keep pressing the right heel up and back without the hip rolling open. And then step your right foot forwards and the left foot forwards. And flat back position, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards over your legs. Inhale, flat back, firm your buttock muscles, spine long and hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Balance on your left leg, sole of the right foot on the inner calf or inner thigh, tree pose. Palms pressed together. And again, have confidence in your posture, in your ability to balance, and be light and easy with yourself as well. Have the confidence just to laugh off any imbalances, seeing as we're not perfect. The imbalances are a nice little reminder. Bring your knee into center, sole of the foot facing the floor, left hand to right knee and open the right arm. As your right arm opens, try and maintain the depth of twist you did when you were lying on your tummy, standing more firmly from the downward pointing portions to the upward reaching portions. Come back to center and take a step back with your right leg. Where your foot lands might not be far enough, so step it a little further, turn the heel slightly in, even if you need to straighten your front leg a bit first. Hands to hips, and as you bend into the front knee, line it with your ankle. Take your right arm only up. Press down into the outside of your right ankle, and then the outside seam of your right leg wants to roll forwards. The outside of your right hip rolls forwards, right waist, right ribs, little finger facing forwards. Keep that left arm conjoined. And then hands down onto the floor, step to plank position. From your heels to your crown. Keep hugging the belly in, try not to let the ribs sag. And then knees can touch down if you need to, as you lower to the floor. Fingers out wide, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. As you lift, elbows, shoulders roll down and stay there. Exhale, look over the right shoulder toward the right heel. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, bottom to your heels. Exhale, downward facing dog. And press up through the bones of your legs. Through this little flow up your legs, it feels like your hips lift further away from your seam ahead. Left leg lifts high. Keep your hips square and push up into the left heel, like your left leg is creating a straight line from your hands to your head, through your spine, up into the straight left leg. A big step forwards, right leg follows, flat back position. Exhale, fold over the legs. Flat back. Exhale, hands to hips, firm legs. Inhale all the way up. Balance on your right leg. Slide the left foot back a little, take your arms by your side, and as the left leg lifts, your arms lift by the sides of your body. You tip forwards, warrior 3, with your arms by your side. Keep your hips square, push out through the back heel, and try and create a straight line from your back leg, hips, spine, and head. Back to standing as you inhale. Exhale, right leg slides back, toes on the floor initially, roll back your shoulders, press back through your arms, and then as the leg lifts, lift through your heel. Try and push and lift the heel upwards, tipping you forwards, finding your balance. Using all your little imperfections as perfection. Our imperfections are part of our perfectness. Come back to center and release. Good, and inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, bend your knees generously and place your hands onto the blocks in front. As you bend your knees, firm your hips and then take your hips back a little and arms up into chair pose. Standing firm into the heels, engaging the muscles of the legs. And as you exhale, hands back down either to the blocks or the floor, and step back downward facing dog. And lower your knees to the floor, keep your toes tucked. Sit back onto your heels. If you can't sit on your heels, just stay in a high kneeling position. Or put a block between your feet so you're sitting on the block instead of sitting on your heels. And take your right hand or arm up, drop the hand between your shoulders, and use your hand, the left hand, to help lift your right elbow higher. And then take your left arm round behind and see if you can lift the hand up to meet. Right hand and left hands connect. If they don't connect, you can hold on to your top. You can always grab a sock or a yoga belt and use that to hold your hands together. 2 more breaths. Right elbow high, left shoulder rolling back. 1 more breath. Arms go out wide. Left arm lifts. Drop your hand. Hold the elbow and push the elbow up into your hand. Encourage your forearm to work its way down your back. Right arm releases, round behind. Roll your right shoulder back. And as your hand lifts, make a connection if you can, or just get as close to as you can using any props to support you. 2 more breaths. And 1. And release, arms out wide. Come up to a high kneeling position, untuck your toes, bring both hands to the back of the pelvis, fingers point down, firm your belly. The pelvis feels like it presses forwards, actually it's staying in line with the knees as your chest lifts. Keep your gaze forwards initially. Inhale as you come up, tuck your toes again, and this time we might touch the heels with our fingertips. So firm belly, and again lift through the breastbone, lift your upper back up into your chest. As you dangle one hand, if your fingers get to your heel, then you can take the other one back as well. Keep opening up the chest and maybe look to the ceiling for 2. For 1. Inhale as your chest comes up, and exhale, child's pose. Relax your arms down by your side, forehead onto the floor. Take a few breaths and we'll slip into a couple of yin poses. So let's first of all take Malasana. So if you can roll over your seat and lower your heels to the floor, you're in a wide squat position. You can have a block if you need to. The block could be for your bottom to rest on. It might be that you want something underneath your heels for some support. We're going to try and take a forward bend through the gap of your knees. So let your knees go wide and then start to forward bend your spine. You could take the block in front or even a couple of blocks, making a little tower for your head to rest on. Remember to adjust your props as your flexibility adapts with the couple of minutes that I'm going to stay here. Let your mind be calm and quiet as it just watches the flow of your breath. Okay, as you make your way up and out of this, shift onto hands and knees. And make your way down into Sphinx position. What I suggest is start off low, maybe even just your head resting on a block and your forearms in front. So we're just almost allowing ourselves a rest period before we come into full Sphinx. Let your sacrum settle in your back, let your belly settle toward the ground. Very minimal back bend to begin with. Once your back feels ready for a little bit more height, you can bring your elbows a bit further in so you get a bit more height in your chest. That deep squat, the hip flexors will have retracted in. And now we're asking the hip flexors or they'll have shortened, and now we're asking them to lengthen. So feel the abdomen and the hip flexors and their connection into the back as well, all going into the opposite direction. If you want to go up further, you can put your bolster underneath your elbows, or you can bring blocks underneath your forearms to get a bit higher. You don't have to use them. And if you want to put something down for your head to rest on, you could have your forehead resting down. Feel nice and long in the front channels of your body. Close your eyes, and within those channels flows your life force, your energy, your chi. So breathe as if you are encouraging the flow of your energy. Like a downward hill encourages water to flow downwards. Let your breath just gently coax the energy to move. Couple more breaths. Relax your belly, feel your back long. And carefully work your way back down. Rest your head on your hands for a moment. Maybe the tiniest little rock in your pelvis. Bottom swaying side to side. Give the briefest of stretch back into child's pose as your hips reach back over your heels. And then we make our way into a short Shavasana. If you want to take your bolster under your knees, go ahead with that. As you lie down on your back, you can have legs supported or unsupported. And then make sure you're warm enough so you can enjoy without any discomfort. And then wriggle your fingers and your toes, unless you want to stay longer, in which case don't move a thing and just stay where you are. If you're ready to come out, feet come flat to the floor, turn to a side and pause. When you come up to sitting, legs fall into a comfortable seat. Both sit bones feel like they drop down away from the sacrum, creating length in your lower back, and from there grow tall through the back of the neck, back of the ears, top of the head, and then a confident openness in the front of your body without losing the length in the back of your body. Feel the sides of your body long as they were when we opened them out with the arms above. Shoulders soft. You want to hit the end on your Zoom and take a few minutes meditating. It's a nice point to do it now. And if you're finished, then thank you very much. Namaste. Appreciate you joining me. And stay on if you want Pilates. See you soon.